Chris, thanks. Also with us this morning with his reaction is Arizona Senator and former presidential candidate John McCAIN. He is the ranking Republican on the Senate Armed Services Committee. Senator, pardon me. Good morning. Good to have you back with us today.
Good morning.
We just heard a little bit there from Ambassador Rice. I know you had said that you found the president did a good job, a successful job of laying out his case, but you still have some trouble when it comes to the fact that Muammar Gaddafi is in power. The president had said the ousting will be done through non-military means. Is that something you feel is possible?
Well, I don't think it's possible in the short term, and I respect and admire the job that Ambassador Rice and Secretary Clinton and others have done. The president made a strong case for our intervention last night, and a convincing one. But when the president says that we are not going to use force, that is really, first of all, contradictory to the facts on the ground. We are supporting the anti-Gaddafi forces, and the reason why they're succeeding is because of our air power. And we just proved outside of Sirte that without that, they are still not able to match up against Gaddafi. If Gaddafi remains in power, you will see a stalemate, and along the lines we like to hearken back to previous experience, the same kind of thing we saw with Saddam Hussein when we established a no-fly zone, sanctions, etc., and it lasted for 10 years. We've seen that movie before. Gaddafi in power will continue to commit acts of terror against his own people, and of course he is guilty of war crimes and should be brought to the, I believe, to the International Criminal Court. Now, he may be taken down by his own people in the meantime, but we have to continue all the way to Tripoli, helping the anti-Gaddafi forces, and bring him down as soon as possible.
So then do you feel that that should in fact be part of the mission for the U.S. and for allies, going in and effectively saying we are going to remove Muammar Gaddafi from power?
That's basically what we're doing on the ground now, as we help the anti-forces.
But by saying it, by making that an official part of, by any means necessary, would that be acceptable?
I think it's absolutely acceptable. Gaddafi in power is unacceptable, according to the president's own words. So we should use any means to bring him down. And we could do that, I think, without too much difficulty. Nobody wants to die for Gaddafi.
What about the fact that you mentioned that facing the International Criminal Court? There is some word today, as we know, Secretary Clinton, along with a number of other allied leaders, are meeting in London today. There's word that Italy, with some backing by Germany, is pushing perhaps for exile for Gaddafi. And there's some talk that this could be an exile in a country where, in fact, he would not be under the reach of the International Criminal Court and could potentially not be held accountable for these crimes. Do you see that as an actual possibility?
I think it's a possibility, and I would not reject it. The object is to get him out of power and get the Libyan people under a regime that they have freedom, a chance for freedom and democracy, and it'll be difficult to carry that out. But with Gaddafi in power, it's impossible.
So you would be okay then with him not being held accountable for these crimes?
Oh, I'd love to see him held accountable, but the object is to get him out.
Senator John McCain, pleasure to have you with us this morning. Thank you.
Thank you.